I've been cheated on for the entire duration of my relationship. So, this is still very fresh and all I need to do is to get this off my chest. I'd appreciate advice, but it is a given what I am supposed to do, right? Anyways, there is that one girl I've met a year ago. It was just an online friendship initially, no feelings, nothing. Until eventually we spent days talking non-stop, exchanging pictures and eventually scheduling a date. It didn't take long for the sparks to fly and I was perplexed of how good of a match she is. We had similar intercourse drives, same kinks, same interests, and it was basically what I've thought the best girl for me I've met so far. Since our first date, we've met at least once a week and tried to sleep over at each other's place or at a nice hotel. 3 months into the relationship I've picked up on suspicious behavior. I am not really the type of guy to question my partner, but this was incredibly odd, and the icing on the cake was the phone call at 1 a.m. where she didn't know who called her at the time. After asking about who it was, she made up a terrible lie on the fly. I didn't believe it, but I was having a good time so I didn't bother investigating just yet. It didn't take long for me to accuse her of her suspicious behavior, and I've felt incredibly bad about this for a while, solely because I am the type of man who believes in trust and wouldn't want a relationship where I'd need constant reassurance. Nonetheless, she assured me that everything is fine between us and I am just making things up in my mind. I apologized and she said, she feels good and indifferent about this and doesn't mind the accusations, because she knows she wouldn't lie to me. She? No way. I didn't know I was being gaslit. Now for the spicy bit. I figured out it was her supposedly to be ex-boyfriend. They broke up, she said, months ago, before we were official. Turns out, they never broke up. In fact, she has been lying to me to spend time with him and vice versa. For the entire time we have been a couple, I've been lied to multiple times on a daily basis without even her flinching. Didn't take long till I made her spill the beans and everything fell apart for her. She has been trying to salvage this situation for roughly 3 weeks now and I am not giving in. She has given me all her credentials to social media, gave me her phone to look through everything. She desperately tries to prove to me that I was meant to be the one and she just couldn't break out of that abusive relationship, not without external help. Looking for answers, I did read the chats and for a matter of fact I can only confirm that they didn't meet in person during our time together, so it was purely online. However, they have been lovey-dovey the entire time. I cannot confirm that he was being manipulative, nor abusive. There have been 2 arguments in chat that I read in a roughly 5-month span, the rest is just lovey-dovey bullshit. No sight of abuse, blackmail nor toxicity. One incident comes to mind. He was also starting to question her, due to her suspicious behavior, but to me, after all she did, I can get it? There's more, so much more. In a desperate attempt to convince me, she's claimed so many things that he threatened her with, him committing suicide, him leaking nudes which have no face on them, nor her vagina, and I've had a blast proving her wrong over and over again. I wasn't sure whether I should feel pity for her digging her own grave or just let her suffer like she made me suffer. I wonder if all of this was also a lie? I wonder. She claims that it was an abusive relationship she couldn't break out of. I've had all the evidence in my palms, high on cocaine and heartbroken. I've proven her wrong over and over and over again. So how can one salvage this, you may wonder? Perhaps you haven't asked yourself this. I mean, it's clear as day, but I certainly asked myself this question and asked her how someone could ever undo this. The day I called her out, she didn't gratefully break up. She decided to spend a few more hours with him until she blocked him. According to her, that was their last exchange. Now, since this happened roughly 3 weeks ago, she is today I learned trying to win me over. No matter how many times I tell her to duck off and leave me alone, no matter how much I ridicule her, heck even insult her in the worst ways possible, she wouldn't stop trying to get to me. I've blocked her on X platform, she messages me on Y platform. I block her phone number and suddenly a new number messages me. I've been awake for like 30 hours, doing drugs, smoking, not sure how to handle this, and I know for a fact that she is on her way to my place. Was she just trauma bonding with the dude? Is she a literal psychopath, and how the duck do you get rid of somebody like this? I know you probably don't have the answers to this, but it makes me wonder. Sex wasn't in the equation, at least not during our time. Are some people just that desperate for affection that they need multiple people? Is she just a crazy person that should be locked up? How can one do this to a person and still say that they love them? I can wrap my head around cheating. I really understand it. The excitement of something new, the hunt, it's taboo, and perhaps the grass is actually greener on the other side. Could be intimate dissatisfaction, or emotional, many legitimate cases. But I don't understand her reasons. To me it looks like my affection was simply not enough and she seeked more. Or she just felt entitled to more, because it was given to her from 2 sides, essentially whenever she needed it. Is this trauma bonding and she couldn't move on and I am the asshole? Perhaps, probably not, I don't care. Not sure whether or not I understand this whole thing or her at all, but I think my decision of me leaving are right. First, stay away from the drugs. Need to have a clear mind while you're dealing with this. Get out of the house and go be with friends and family. Go to the gym, working out will create endorphins, which will make you feel better. Just keep her totally blocked on everything. It doesn't matter she was broken and or just a horrible person. There's no other reason to consider. She wasn't your person. She probably wasn't his. She was her own person. And now she's so what she reaps. Keep her blocked. Keep her out of your life, don't communicate with her.